Hello there, doctors. Welcome to Doctors Online Success, our Dr. Boss channel. I'm Dr. Ann Truong.
I'm Dr. Mike Meng.
So, this is the second episode of our series on how doctors can make money online outside of their clinical practice. And today, we're going to talk about course, how you can make money from creating a course. But we're going to talk about how you can create the course. What can you do to start making money or monetize it first? Mike, you want to kind of start
Yeah.
with that?
Why we love courses is it's something where you can create once and you can get paid again and again and again. As Ann said, she's still making money on her core courses that she's created some time ago on there. They're scalable, they establish you as an authority, and a great overhead on there. You're not paying employees to do it. Again, you're simply just creating something once. And if you've ever overwhelmed, you've always thought about doing an online course and maybe you've overwhelmed by some of the tech, I think this episode is for you. We're going to share with you some tools that we use to make it drop dead simple.
Absolutely. Now more than ever, it is easier to do. I can kind of start with what I did was that when I do a webinar or I'm doing teaching somebody, I always record everything I do. I would do it on Zoom. I would record it, and then I would have the editor. You can hire an editor on Fiverr, on Upwork. I would have an editor kind of edit it so that way it's nice, but it has the content right in there. You can always record on Zoom anytime you wanted to record the beginning or the end. And that's your digital asset. And the course could be 1 hour, 20 minutes. I've actually signed up for a course that was like 15 minutes, but it delivered one thing I needed to know. So actually, the more concise the course is, the more actionable the course is, the better. One of the things that I want to say from a marketer perspective is that deliver the information concisely, give them one or two wins. That's it. Don't go into the whole A to Z because you don't want to create a course that's like 5 hours. People are not going to consume that. You will lose them. But if you can create a course as a sweet zone between 45 minutes to 15 minutes, that's a great course where somebody can just listen to it in the car or listen to it while they go for a walk and they got some actionable item to do. And then now you do record it on Zoom. Zoom even has AI that can transcribe the whole thing. And then you can take that transcription and put it into Chat GPT AI and say, can you create a worksheet from this webinar I just did? Or can you create also a checklist? So you can ask ChatGPT to do all that as long as it has the information. And then you can pair that with your course. So you not only have digital course, and then you can pair like a worksheet or an action item or a checklist inside your course. I know doctors, I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh my God, where do I put this? What are the tech part? How to execute this? And I'll let Mike take over that because as a marketer mind frame, I'm like thinking you want to put that with something special. You don't want just to do a course alone. You want to add action items on there and maybe pair that up with, hey, if you enjoyed this course, check out my next course that you do that lead on to the next course, or even pair that with, if you really want to enjoy this and go deeper, schedule a strategy call with me where we can really dive into this on one-to-one basis, and that will lead to your coaching program. So, of course, you could think of it as an appetizer, which then lead to the entree or your coaching program. But I'll have Mike talk about the tech part of creating the course.
Well, yeah, and you actually brought up 2 points that I want to circle back to is having worked with a lot of doctors and having them work through many courses on there. I know, guys, a number of you, not all of you, are perfectionists. It has to be 100% perfect. You feel that it has to be cinematic value. I need to do my course and hire a studio to do it. No, no. First, you need to get that out of your mind. One of my mentors says it just has to be good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. We use Zoom tools. We use tools that are low cost or even free to record it. They're not going to making sure that you're getting makeup done or anything like that. All they want is the content. All they want is the information that you can provide. I've had courses, and I'm not proud of it, that we're using grainy recordings, and I sold thousands of dollars on it. Again, I was doing courses back in 2005 where the quality wasn't the best on it, but the information, the knowledge that I shared with them was invaluable. to it. So for most of these things, it just has to be good enough. And then secondly, so again, you just need a webcam. You maybe need a slide presentation. Courses can help you create leverage. It helps you more people with less time in there. And then spend some time to actually outlining this. I assume you've got a subject to do it. As Anne says, you're going to create 50 lessons or 100 lessons. I like to do maybe 5 to 8 like core topics that I want to cover under like a main topic. And that's great enough. In terms of slides, I like doing slides. There's lots of different ways that you can do it. You can use PowerPoint. Everybody's familiar. You can use Google Slides. I know Anne, she likes that. You want to get a little bit more fancier, you can use a Canva. I use another tool. It's an AI tool called Gamma that I use to spice it up. But you don't have to get that fancy. And then it's as simply as taking those slides, opening up Zoom, starting a new meeting. If nobody's there, that's fine, and just record it. And that's it. Again, it's nice to have an outline. AI can definitely help you out with that. And then start creating modules. I used to have these 1 to 2 hour type things. I'm recording it over a time, 1 hour. If you're going to do recording, I enjoy like short bits of information, maybe 3 to 10 minutes. Just make it bite sized. Know your audience. If they're busy doctors, they may not want to sit through a 2 hour presentation. And so if you can create that, I think it's going to help you out. And then you can have use something to actually launch your course. There's different ways that you can do it. I use something called Teachable. You use Kajabi, I believe, Anne, or what other
No.
you're
I
using?
used to use Kajabi, but now I don't use Kajabi. Now we use our software, DoctorBoss
Oh,
software,
that's right.
which is really based out of Go High Level, but we private label for doctors and we design it for doctors where when you record the course on Zoom, you upload it to DoctorBoss and it is stored there as a media file. And then it gives you a URL, like just a URL, like a website where you can literally, this is how you can launch it, record it, upload it to DoctorBoss. It gives you URL. It'll also give you a way to collect payment. So it will give you a payment link where you can link that course to the payment link and it's just a URL and you just put it out there to the world. Now, obviously, in order for you to sell the course, you have to be found. People have to know that you are selling the course. So that's another level. That's how you get to go online and YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, and you have to talk about it constantly about your course. I have a course right now that I'm selling on my YouTube channel, and you have to constantly promote it, so that way it's top of mind for people that are listening to your video. But what I'm trying to say is that don't get bogged down in the tech. So if you're interested in using a software that is better than Kajabi, so this software is like a Kajabi, it's like a ClickFunnels, and it can store all your media on there. It has payment links, it has funnels, and it also has forms. This is what I base my business out of. It's the only software that I use. It's the only software that Mike and I use for our coaching program as when we hold events and we send out emails. So you can get rid of 10 other software to use Dr. Boss software. So you store the course in there and have the payment link, and then you can just tell them, hey, click on this link. And what's great about it is that once you create it once, it will be there 24/7 and make money for you while you sleep. Now, it's easy to create a course, but marketing the course and selling the course is another skill set, another challenge as well. I would tell you in 2020, I created a 31-day course. It was an hour each day, 31-day course. And it literally took a lot of my time, but I had maybe 10 sales out of it because I didn't know how to market. I didn't know how to get that to people and what it was. So it deflated me. And I thought maybe I should do another course again. And when it's really because I didn't let people know about my course. I didn't get online. I didn't film it. I didn't create a call to action. So once I know how to market and get online, no problem selling the course. And this is exactly what I did. So I recorded that 31 day. So now what I do is I'm using 1 day as one course. So I chop it up into little pieces now, into little mini courses. I'm having that available in our ED coaching program.
So you've got your slides. Let's say you recorded it on Zoom. Maybe you've downloaded the videos. Where are you going to put it? There's lots of different websites out there like that can help you create course websites. You may have heard of things like Kajabi or Teachable. We want to show you one that we believe is 10 to 50 times better than that, because not only can you use it to have a place to where your course is, you could use it to market your course. And that's what it's all about. And you want to share what that is?
Yeah, so that is DoctorBoss. That is our software that we actually curated from Go High Level, because Go High Level have 400 software engineers that is making this one of the best software for marketing in the world. Because prior to using our DoctorBoss software, I was using about 20 different type of software to marketing for our practice and marketing for our online asset. Now I use one software. So this software is like a Kajabi where you can store your course in there, and it can also send out emails with your own domain, and it can send out text messages, and you can create payment link in there to your course. You can also put your course on a landing page and have it live evergreen like a webinar. And it can also actually do a blog, and you could even have a WordPress website on the software as well. So everything that you need. But let's focus on the course, because the course you got to have some place to house it. You don't need to pay a separate account for Kajabi or Teachable or anything like that. Everything is in there, and then you can send out email to promote the course, and you can also create a unique URL where somebody can click on that will go straight to a payment page that they can pay for the course itself too. So I'm going to put the link right under here for QR code for our Dr. Boss software that we actually created that for doctors that you can use in your office, or you can also use it for your course or your online business. I use it for my office and my online business in one account. So you don't have to worry about the tech. We got you on the tech. Just use Dr. Boss. Now you just got to think about what topic you want to talk about for your course. And I'm going to give you a little tip here that you can find out. So, how do you know if the topic you're going to talk about is something that people are searching for? How do you know? Really? Because sometimes we will put out a course out there and nobody wants to buy it. Well, how do you know there's an interest in it? Well, you become a detective and you go on YouTube, you go to the search bar, you type in, let's say, your pain management, like low back pain, and then you see what comes up for low back pain, and you see what the most popular video is, and they have millions of views. Well, maybe that is the hot topic. And then you can Google and search for keywords. If you do keyword search on Google, it will tell you for the month, searches for low back pain, how many thousands of search on it. You can also go to another site called Answer the Public. When you go to Answer the Public and type in low back pain, it will tell you what the search volume is and what questions people are asking regarding that topic. So that way it validates that, hey, there are people searching for this, and that I can create something that people want. And remember, number one rule of marketing is create something that people want, not what they need. They're going to pay for what they want, but sometimes what they need, they really don't want to do. That's why managing diabetics are so complicated, because what they need to do, they don't do, but what they want is something different. Anything else you want to add, Mike?
Yeah, so we've talked about list building in the past, and maybe we'll talk about more about that. But the best way to find out is just ask your current email subscribers, like, what topics are you interested? What would you like to explore? And then, more importantly, would they like to pay for a course like that? It might be something that you would go in depth or teach about that. So again, find out what the audience wants. I see it so many times when I'm working with doctors and they think that they wanted to cover a course. I can give an example that this woman, she wanted to create a course on breast cancer prevention. Certainly a noble idea, but what we found out is not a lot of people pay a lot of money on prevention. They want treatments. Most people, when they're looking for something, is they have the problem. They want to take care of it right now. So things like, what is keeping them up all night? Those are the type of topics that people will want, and they want to know from the right source, the right information, and right now.
And you can also have ChatGPT do the idea validator for you as well too. and topic. But before we didn't have ChatGPT, now ChatGPT will tell you, hey, this is in demand, this is not in demand, or this is low keyword search. Have ChatGPT do the search for you. But when you're creating something, make sure that there is people want it, not what you think they need to know. Because you're gonna find out that you're not gonna make a lot of sales unless it's really something that's important. Let's say, like Mike said, breast cancer prevention, but you want to create something about now you have breast cancer. What's the next step? Or natural therapy that you can do for nausea management while undergoing a chemotherapy treatment. And that may be something that people will be interested in, but you're going to have to do the investigation and research on that. And Mike said, just go on Zoom, record it, use DoctorBoss software, put it in there, create a payment link, and then tell the world about it. Tell the world about it. If you're on YouTube or online, talk about it consistently. Most doctors think that, just send one email, just do one social media post and people will buy it. No. So in order for you to sell something, promote something, you constantly have to talk about it all the time, because people that watch you on social media may just watch one post. They may just watch episode 12 out of 50 that you did. So you constantly have to continually promote it. I wish somebody told me that when I created my course in 2020, because when I created it, all we heard was crickets, and and we didn't make any sales. It made me pretty deflated actually, because I put in a lot of work into it, but I didn't know anything about marketing like I do now. But the best way to create a course is to create the course one module at a time. To create a course live, to do it live, one module at a time. You wanted to kind of dive into that kind of like advanced strategy on how to create a course live as you're delivering it live and then create it for what people want.
Exactly. I mean, we're actually considering putting together on courses on here. And if you are more interested, the first people to find out are part of our Doctor Online Success community. We have a school group on there. It's 100% free. You can find out all the information there. But just to reiterate that point, I don't like to waste time. I'm sure you don't waste time. I've had courses that have been tremendous successes, but I'm not so shy to admit that I've had some courses that were duds. And so I put out courses where I have people pay for it, and then I have them fulfill it. If I can't get any to buy it, or there are a few buyers into it, and I'll just refund it, that there just wasn't enough interest. Guess what? I didn't waste my time actually creating it. The last thing you want to do is spend tens and hundreds of hours creating a course and then find out that nobody wants it on there. That can be very, very frustrating. But to find out more about what we do, go to Doctor Online Success. We'll leave a link on there. It tells us all of our past courses. It's a great way. We're building a community. We're really building a community of like-minded physicians who want to take charge of their physician, their career, and their life. And I believe that entrepreneurship is the way. And if that resonates with you, we'd love you to be a part of it.
Yes, and that's why we created that group. That's why we created this channel, really, is to show doctors what's possible outside their clinic, and they can leverage their medical expertise to make money online, because there's money to be had and you can do it. We'll show you the strategies on that. So check out our free group, Doctors Online Success. And there you'll find a lot of the courses as well too, and you can engage with other doctors as well. So I hope you find this valuable in this series, and that we want you to know that you're just not a doctor. You are our Doctor Boss. We'll see you in the next episode.